You are listening to a special audio series, Netaji, the birth of Indian independence, on your very own Ace FM, with me RJ Mini and the writer of this story, Manoj Swami. Now let's continue the story of the greatest warrior of India's independence struggle, whose tale of bravery and foresight will be echoed in the history of Hindustan for centuries to come. In the previous episode, we were discussing the dialogue taking place on the banks of the Mahanadi River between young Subhash and his revolutionary group. In that conversation, Subhash tried to ignite enthusiasm and desire in the hearts of his group, stating that if Indians have established their sovereignty over a vast ocean like the Indian Ocean, then what's so big about achieving self-rule in India? Now, let's hear more about that evening in the next intriguing episode of this story titled Sunset of the British Rule. Upon hearing Subhash's words, everyone was inspired by his passion. Coincidentally, that day the headmaster, Beni Madhav Das of Ravenshaw Collegiate School, was also present on the banks of the Mahanadi River. Though a little distance away from the group of boys, he was attentively listening to their conversations. He called out to Subhash, and everyone went over to where the headmaster was standing. Subhash was surprised and asked him, "Sir, how come you are here?" Beni Madhav replied, "I sometimes come to the banks of the Mahanadi River during the evening to witness the sunset." As Subhash watched the sunset, he remarked, "Truly, the view of the sunset from here is incredibly beautiful." Beni Madhav says, "But the sunset is not as beautiful as the setting of the British rule over India. The British, filled with their ignorance, keep saying, even the sun never sets on the British Empire. Their empire is so vast worldwide that the sun never sets on it. Under the expansionist ideology, they have established their dominance over innocent and naive countries around the world through their cunning and deceit. I come here waiting for that sunset when we will end the British rule, breathe in the fragrant air of freedom, and witness the sun rising and setting in its complete glory, free from their tyranny and dominance." All the boys fall silent after hearing the headmaster's words. The sun sets, and Beni Madhav says, "Another day of life has passed under British slavery. Will our entire lives pass in their servitude? Perhaps you young lads may not understand today how short life is and how precious each day is. We have so much to learn and so much to do. Therefore, you must work hard every day. There is no time to waste. So hurry up, so that you can see the sunset of the British rule in your lifetime and witness India's independence." Headmaster Beni Madhav Das's words touched Subhash and his companions' hearts, and they all pledged to work hard, to study and learn, as well as to bring about the sunset of British rule. In 1909, on 10th February in Kolkata, a 19-year-old boy named Chandra Bose shot and killed the public prosecutor Ashutosh Biswas in a crowded courtroom. He put an end to a major enemy of the young revolutionaries. The remarkable thing was that Chandra Bose was born without a right palm. After much pleading by the Revolutionary Committee, they entrusted him with this task. It was a very risky task because the police of Kolkata city were deployed for Ashutosh Biswas's security, while Chandra was disabled. Chandra had concealed a pistol in his plastered hand and covered it with a shawl. No one suspected anything as he entered the courtroom. Inside the courtroom, he had several opportunities to shoot Ashutosh Biswas, but he did not fire a shot. He waited because his aim could have been off due to his hand. When he got so close to Ashutosh Biswas that there was no chance of missing the target, he fired at him. The police surrounded him from all sides, but Charu Chandra, without worrying about his life, fired 3 shots into Ashutosh Biswas's chest so that he would not survive even by mistake. The British government was shaken by this courageous act of the young revolutionary, and within a month they took legal action against him and hanged him in Alipur jail on 19th March of the same year. But by then it was already too late. After the arrest of Aurobindo Ghosh and Barinder Ghosh, the spark of the revolution that had been extinguished, Charu Chandra Bose's sacrifice reignited that spark. The youth of Bengal jumped into the fight for freedom with new energy. Subhash Chandra Bose saw Ashutosh Biswas's name written on a blood-stained paper on his cousin's roof in Kolkata. Even while sacrificing his life, the words of that young revolutionary were well remembered by him. Freedom is not achieved without shedding blood. Vande Mataram. Furthermore, just a few days later, in 1909, on August 11th, it was going to be 1 year since Khudiram Bose's hanging. Subhash wanted to immortalize the day of their sacrifice. Could Subhash succeed in his endeavor? I think that's it for today. We will continue this wonderful story of Netaji and the events related to him in the next episode. Until then, stay tuned with us. That is me, Rajamini, and the writer of this story, Manoj Swami, on your very own ACE FM.